Welcome, my dear students, in our second day lecture that is on the topic plant water relation. Yesterday we see importance of water in plant life. Today we are going to focus on different physiological activities, physiological processes such as imbibition, osmosis, diffusion, permeability, and plasmolysis. These phenomena we are going to see today. So I am going to share here the PPT. Yesterday we left from here, that is biophysico-chemical phenomenon. So we are going to focus now the different biophysico-chemical phenomenon. Now first one, that is nothing but imbibition. So imbibition, that is nothing but the uptake or absorption of water by the solid substances without forming a solution, that is called as imbibition. काल मी example सांगितलं होतं, just like we suppose soak a seed in a water, then what happened? Seed do not dissolve in water, but water is absorbed by the seed and it becomes swell up. So that is the phenomenon of swelling up. Generally this imbibition phenomenon is shown by the plant tissue. Very rarely it is shown by the other chemical substances. Mostly plant tissue show imbibition phenomenon. So this is a plant physiological process. So here in this important part is there that imbibants do not dissolve in water. Whatever imbibants we are using, just like suppose here the examples are given, that is the pieces of gum or maybe the rubber. Rubber is nothing but a plant product. Some artificial rubber is also there that also swell up, but mostly rubber is a plant product. Then dry wood that can also swell up. आपण पावसाळ्यामध्ये बरेच वेळा पाहतो दरवाजे असेल खिडक्या असेल त्या जनरली स्वेल अप होतात. सो दॅट इज ड्यू टू imbibition phenomenon. Then dry seeds that also get swell up, that nothing but called as imbibed. Then roots, spore, pollen grains, spores, all these are get nothing but imbibed. So here certain pressure is nothing but working behind it in the phenomenon of imbibition. That is called as imbibition pressure, IP. In shortly, it is called IP. So whenever here the any substance of this are undergo imbibition, it becomes to be increased by the volume, it becomes swell up. So that phenomenon is called as imbibition. So just like here in this slide, you can see the example of seeds. That in the first test tube, it has been nothing but present dry seed. Then it is added into the water in second, third. Then later on in the fifth test tube, you can see here seeds are swell up. So certain substances such as protein, carbohydrate, maybe the starch, cellulose, pectic substances show attraction towards water. So that is called as hydrophilic substances. And these hydrophilic colloids show imbibition in the plant. And because of this presence of these substances here, any plant material can get imbibed. And this is the very common physiological process taking place in all plant organs. Just like suppose if a potted plant we have been not watered for a few days, then what happened? If we add a water, the roots become imbibed first. Then later on stem and other parts of the plant become imbibed. So plants show easily this phenomenon, that is the imbibition. Now what is the role of this imbibition? Just like in case of germination of seed, the first physiological process is there, that is takes place imbibition. Because without imbibition, seed could not germinate. Then water and mineral absorption by the root. Just like during the absorption of mineral, ascent of sap mechanism, mineral nutrition, here imbibition is essential. Without that, the food material present in the soil could not be absorbed by the plant. Then water absorption is also dependent on imbibition. Then water in the ripening fruit. just like whenever fruit becomes to be ripened, it become increased by the size, increased by the volume, due to again amount of water. So water has been increased, the fruit tissue becomes to be imbibed, so that the weight of the particularly fruit has been increased. Then it becomes heavy and then fall down from the plant. Then pollen and spore germination, as and when the pollen grains fall down on the stigmatic surface, it becomes imbibed first, and then after it swell up and start germination. Then spores also, just like spores of fungi, spores of different algae, it become imbibed first, algal spores. Whenever it falls down on a water body, water surface, it become imbibed first and then start germination. So imbibition is a very necessary event in case of plant. Without that, here no activity can be start, just like germination or maybe the other type of particular physiological processes. So this is the role of imbibition. हा imbibitionचा रोल आहे, ही पहिली physiological process आहे. This process is also called biophysicochemical process because it is related with the biological, that is the cell. Then physico means physical factor. What the physical factors are here? That is nothing but water is here. And then chemical processes, what is that? Is the hydrophilic colloids, hydrophilic substances. Sometimes seeds do not get easily swell up because of due to hydrophobic substances present in them. So these all factors are responsible for the imbibition process. Okay. Then next physiological process we are going to see, that is diffusion. Now diffusion can be defined as the movement of particles or molecules from region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. That is called diffusion. So here there is no barrier of membrane. Generally membrane do not work at here. In case of osmosis, membrane work, but in diffusion there is no barrier of membrane. So suppose we add a drop of dye or any ink into the water, then what happened? It get dispersed. So particle get dispersed in between the water molecule. Just like we add a sugar into the water, then what happened? It get dispersed. And just like we add a salt, again it disperses. So this phenomenon of movement of molecules from area in which they are highly concentrated to the area in which they are less concentrated. So this is nothing but taking place up to when that is equilibrium. When it becomes to be equilibrium जोपर्यंत होणार नाही, युनिफॉर्म होणार नाही सोल्युशन, तोपर्यंत डिफ्युजन फिनॉमिनॉन होत राहील. Then example that is very well, that is vapors of particularly gases vapors astil or so on. There are lots of particularly examples are there. Then particularly drop of ink or dye or dry color, suppose we add a dry color, then also imbibition takes place. Then the pressure behind it, that is the diffusion, imbibition, diffusion. So pressure behind it, diffusion, it's called the diffusion pressure. So here diffusion pressure is responsible for the movement of substances through the particularly solvent. Just like diffusion pressure is directly proportional to concentration of diffusing particle. Then thereafter the diffusion always takes place from region of higher dP to the region of lower dP. So that is called as diffusion pressure deficit or diffusion pressure gradient. That is also called diffusion pressure gradient. Gradient means that is difference in between two diffusion pressure. Suppose we have been taken one tank and from one side we added salt and from one side we have added sugar. Then what happened? Salt moved from that direction to the opposite direction. Sugar moved from one direction to another direction. So these get mixed up. There is no relationship with salt and sugar in the solution. But diffusion is nothing but start from region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. So here certain pressure is working behind the diffusion, that is called as diffusion pressure gradient. So the rate of diffusion depends upon here this pressure. Then along with temperature, just like suppose we have taken a cup of water and we taken it into the pot, and later on we nothing but added 1 tablespoon of sugar. We try to dissolve it by means of stirring. It gets dissolved. But if we added 1 more tablespoon of sugar in that, what happened? It do not dissolve. Then what can we do? We get particularly place it on the gas burner. Then what happened? as the temperature is given, the movement of particles gets starting, and due to that another tablespoon of sugar is start to be dissolving. Again, suppose we added into this one more tablespoon of sugar, again it starts dissolving. जसं आपण साखरेचा पाक करतो, ज्याप्रमाणे करतात ना एक तारी पाक करतात त्याच्यासारखा. तर ते कसं असेल की त्याच्यामध्ये एक चमचा आपण साखर टाकली, पहिले डिझॉल्व्ह होतो, दुसरा टाकलात नाही होत, मग त्याला गॅसवर गरम केलं की ते डिझॉल्व्ह व्हायला लागतं. का होतं? बिकॉज टेम्परेचर स्टार्ट्स movement of molecules of water molecule and movement of salt molecules, so that what happen, it easily get diffused. So rate of diffusion increases as the temperature increases. So it is dependent on rate of particularly temperature or amount of temperature. Then density, how the particularly solution is there, that is how dense. Suppose we dissolve 1 tablespoon of sugar into oil, it get easily not dissolve. Suppose we have to heat it, आपल्याला हीट करावं लागेल, गरम करावं लागेल. गरम तेलामध्ये साखर डिझॉल्व होते, परंतु थंड तेलामध्ये साखर डिझॉल्व होऊ शकत नाही. त्याचप्रमाणे here the density of the particularly solvent we are taking, that also responsible for the diffusion. Then another phenomena particularly affecting factor is there, that is the concentration. As the concentration of particularly diffusing substances increases, the rate of diffusion increases. जसा साखर 1 चमचा टाकली, डिफ्युजनचा रेट स्लो असणार, 2 चमचे टाकली, डिफ्युजनचा रेट वाढणार, 3 चमचे टाकली, आणखी वाढणार. मीन्स कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन increases rate of diffusion. So just like that, we dissolve diffusing substances, it increases the amount of diffusion. Then just like here the particularly slide show, molecules in solution tend to slowly spread apart over time. Slowly it is spread. In T1 it is concentrated, in T2 it is diffusing, and in T3 that is completely diffusion. Then movement of particularly molecules from an area of high concentration to the area of lower concentration. So certain factors that affect the rate of diffusion, that already we have been seeing. Then size of particularly molecules size जर मोठा असेल, आता समजा पाण्यामध्ये माती टाकली तर मातीचे खडक असतात, दगड असतात, ते डिझॉल्व्ह होणार नाही, वेळ लावेल. सो रेट ऑफ डिफ्युजन डिपेंड्स ऑन साइज ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल. देन अलॉंग विथ साइज ऑफ पोर्सची साइज काय आहे इन द मेम्ब्रेन. समजा आता मेम्ब्रेन मधून जर पास करत असेल, उदाहरणार्थ सेल टू सेल जेव्हा सॉल्टचं मुवमेंट होतं तेव्हा ते डिफ्युजन आहे, दॅट इज डिफ्युजन. बट इट डिपेंडेंट ऑन पोअर साइज ऑफ मेम्ब्रेन. मेम्ब्रेनला साइज कसं आहे, कोणता पार्टिकल मूव्ह होत आहे. ग्लुकोज मूव्ह होत असेल तर लवकर मूव्ह होणार, स्टार्च मूव्ह व्हायला वेळ लागेल, बिकॉज स्टार्च इज पॉलिसॅक्राइड, ग्लुकोज इज मोनोसॅक्राइड, सो इट गेट इझिली मूव्ह. Then temperature factor is there, pressure, certain pressure is there, concentration is there. All these factors are responsible for the rate of diffusion. Just like in also in this slide, the movement of molecules during the diffusion that has been shown. So here concentrated high energy molecule, जे की concentrated high energy molecules असतील, these high energy molecules are nothing but showing higher rate of diffusion to the lower energy molecule. जिकडे lower energy molecule असेल, लो एनर्जी असेल, त्या बाजूला डिफ्युजन होत राहतं. म्हणजे जिथं डिफ्युजन कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जास्त, तिकडून जिथं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कमी, त्या बाजूला काय होणार, डिफ्युजन होत राहणार. ओके, मग कधीपर्यंत होत राहील डिफ्युजन? अप टू व्हेन देर इज द इक्विलिब्रियम, जोपर्यंत इक्विलिब्रियम होणार नाही. दिस मीन्स देअर विल बी द इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल थ्रू आउट द स्पेस. या टेबल मध्ये पर्टिक्युलर स्लाइड मध्ये दाखवलेलं आहे बघा, की एका ठिकाणी सोल्यूट ऍड केलं आणि नंतर ते डिस्पर्स झाले, आणि then after it becomes to be equilibrium. This is why food coloring moves from into the beaker from one region to another region, and then after disappeared after time. नंतर तो काय होतो, त्याचा कलर फेंट होतो, एका बाजूला टाकला कलर डार्क दिसतो, नंतर लॅट्रॉन काय होतो, हळूहळू त्याचा फेंट होतो afterwards the movement of solute particle. Then equilibrium as a result of diffusion shows the uniform distribution of molecule of different substances over time. एक टाइम लागेल, एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम पिरियड नंतर हे इक्विलिब्रियम होऊन जाईल. जर त्याला आपण हीट केलं तर लवकर इक्विलिब्रियम होईल, हीट नाही केलं तर इक्विलिब्रियम व्हायला वेळ लागेल, पण होईल. सो दिस इज द मेकॅनिझम ऑफ डिफ्युजन. देन पर्टिक्युलरली इफ वी सी, जर आपण पाहिलं की द मुवमेंट इज टेक्स प्लेस ऍट अ डिफरंट रेट. आता 2 जर पार्टिकल असेल, मोर दॅन 1 पार्टिकल जर घेतलाय, तर त्याचा जो मुवमेंट असेल, रेट ऑफ मुवमेंट इज नथिंग बट हॅव्हिंग डिफरंट. साखर आपण ऍड केली पाण्यामध्ये आणि सॉल्ट ऍड केलं, तर सॉल्ट डिफ्युजनचा रेट वेगळा असेल आणि साखरचा डिफ्युजनचा रेट वेगळा असेल. सो इट इज हॅव्हिंग डिफरंट डायरेक्शन सुद्धा वेगळे असणार प्रत्येकाचे. बरेच वेळा काय होतं, एखादा सबस्टन्स जर आपण ऍड केला, उदाहरणार्थ पाण्यामध्ये समजा तुम्ही तेल टाका आणि पाण्यामध्ये त्या ठिकाणी समजा हनी टाका. हनी काय होतं, सुरुवातीला खाली जातं आणि नंतर डिस्पर्स होतं. तेल काय होईल, तेल पाण्याच्या वर राहतं आणि नंतर डिस्पर्स व्हायला, म्हणजे त्याची डायरेक्शन वेगवेगळी आहे. इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट टू each other, याचा एकमेकाशी काही संबंध नाही. So role of diffusion in plants, what is the role? That is, it is involved in the gaseous exchange, just like in the respiration and photosynthesis. CO2 is nothing but taken up by the plant, and O2 is released. So that is possible by the diffusion, because O2 and CO2 dissolved in the water, and that get exchanged by the stomatal mechanism or transpiration mechanism. Then absorption of water, that is also takes place by the diffusion. Then mineral salt absorption, that is also takes place by the diffusion. Then transpiration, just like particular diffusion of water, particularly roots are having less amount of water available, and nothing but here the leaves are having less amount of water available. Then movement of water takes place from root to leaf, so that is called a simple diffusion mechanism. Then translocation of food material, just like leaves are having high amount of food material, glucose, and roots are having less amount of glucose. So what happened, it moved from leaves to the root, so that is again diffusion. So diffusion can be takes place from any particle, कोणत्याही पार्टिकलचं डिफ्युजन होऊ शकतं. मे बी इट इज नथिंग बट सॉलिड गॅसेस. जर आपण घरामध्ये गॅस सिलेंडरचा गॅस लीक झाला, दॅट इज ऑल्सो डिफ्युजन. मी काल सांगितलं, उत्पत्ती घरामध्ये लावली, त्याचा परफ्यूम फ्रॅग्रन्स मूव्ह होतो, दॅट इज ऑल्सो डिफ्युजन. सो ऑल दिस आर नथिंग बट फिनॉमिनन ऑफ डिफ्युजन. जो सॉलिडचं होऊ शकतं, लिक्विडचं होऊ शकतं, गॅसेसचं होऊ शकतं, तिन्ही याचं. पण मीडियम कोणता असेल, एक तर लिक्विड असेल किंवा गॅसेस असेल, कारण सॉलिड मधून मुवमेंट नाही होऊ शकत. म्हणून मुवमेंट जर करायची असेल तर मीडियम कोणता असेल, एक तर वॉटर किंवा मग कोणतंही लिक्विड घ्या, सॉल्व्हंट घ्या, ऑर्गॅनिक सॉल्व्हंट घ्या, इनऑर्गॅनिक सॉल्व्हंट, ऑर्गॅनिक सॉल्व्हंट घ्या, त्यामधून मुवमेंट होणार. किंवा मग त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही या ठिकाणी गॅसेस सुद्धा घेऊ शकतो. गॅसेस मधून सुद्धा काय होतं, मुवमेंट होऊ शकतो. ओके, जस्ट लाईक कॅम्फोर, कापूर तर सॉलिड आहे. कापूर हवेमध्ये रूम मध्ये ठेवा, कापूरचे पार्टिकल काय होतात, डिस्पर्स होतात एका ठिकाणून दुसऱ्या ठिकाणी, दॅट इज ऑल्सो डिफ्युजन. ते सुद्धा काय, डिफ्युजन मेकॅनिझम आहे. Then next phenomenon is permeability. Now the movement of any substance pass through a membrane is called permeability. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, permeability म्हणतो. So biological membrane, if we classify on the basis of permeability, that is having three types. That is impermeable, semi-permeable, or selectively permeable, or permeable. There is slight difference in between semi-permeable and selectively permeable. Impermeable means that is just like the waxy layer of particularly leaves, that is cuticle, so that is impermeable to water and substances. Then Casparian thickening, you know very well, that is present in the particularly endodermis of the root, that is Casparian thickening, and that Casparian thickening is impermeable to water. Then semi permeable or selectively permeable, that is the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane functions for both semi permeable and selectively permeable, because plasma membrane allows only water, so that is called semi-permeable. But sometimes it allows the solute, so that is called selectively permeable. That is called selectively permeable. त्याला आपण selectively permeable असं म्हणतो. So here in this, suppose the glucose moves into the cell, or maybe the salt moves into the cell, that is called selectively permeability of plasma membrane. So plasma membrane is very clever. Whenever it requires salt, it starts nothing but selectively permeability, and whenever it is not requiring salt or any glucose material, then it is functioning as a semi permeable membrane. So semi permeable मध्ये काय होणार, वॉटर मूव्ह होईल, फक्त सोल्यूट मूव्ह होत नसतात. आणि सिलेक्टिव्हली परमिएबल मध्ये काही अमाउंट मध्ये सोल्यूट मूव्ह होतात. सो दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज सिलेक्टिव्हली परमिएबिलिटी. देन परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन, जर आपण परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन पाहिली तर इन दिस ऑल्सो हियर नथिंग बट फॉर एक्झाम्पल प्लांट सेल वॉल इज परमिएबल टू ऑल. जर आपण प्लांट सेल वॉलला जर पाहिलं तर प्लांट सेल वॉल हे काय, सगळ्यांसाठी परमिएबल आहे. दिस मेम्ब्रेन इज परमिएबल टू ऑल. त्याच्यामधून सोल्यूट सुद्धा मूव्ह शकतात, सॉल्व्हंट सुद्धा मूव्ह शकतात, or maybe water can also move. So that is the phenomenon of permeability. So permeability, because the membrane allows only molecule of certain size to diffuse through it, that is called selectively permeability. And the plasma membrane functions as सिलेक्टिव्हली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन कॉल्ड सेमी परमिएबिलिटी, त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, सेमी परमिएबिलिटी असं म्हणतो. Then the cell sap and the cytoplasm functions as fairly concentrated solution. The cell sap आणि cytoplasm आपण पाहिलं, that nothing but functions as a fairly concentrated solution where it stores permeable substances. आता सेल सॅप मध्ये काय असतं, सॉल्ट असतात, वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे सबस्टन्सेस आहेत, तर दॅट नथिंग बट बिकम्स अ particularly plasma, cytoplasm, that is called cytoplasm. So in the cytoplasm it has nothing but fairly concentrated solutions. Okay, then what is the role of permeability? That is the transport of solute ions, substances, etc., absorption of water, mineral salt absorption, stomatal mechanism, all these are nothing but role of permeability. बरेच आपण याच्या अगोदर डिफ्युजन मध्ये पाहिलं, इम्बिबिशन मध्ये पाहिलं, जवळपास सगळ्यांचा रोल सारखाच आहे. सोल्यूटचं ट्रान्सपोर्ट करणं, इम्बिबिशन मध्ये हाच रोल पाहिला होता, डिफ्युजन मध्ये सुद्धा पाहिला. ऍब्सॉर्प्शन ऑफ वॉटर आहे, मिनरल सॅल्ट ऍब्सॉर्प्शन आहे, किंवा स्टोमॅटल ओपनिंग क्लोजिंग आणि फूड ऍब्सॉर्प्शन बाय द सेल. दिस इज नथिंग बट द फंक्शन or role played by the nothing but diffusion. Then next is there, that is the osmosis, the movement of water molecule through a semi permeable membrane from region of higher concentration, higher water concentration to the region of lower water concentration. इथे थोडा फरक लक्षात घ्या, इथे वॉटर म्हटलेलं आहे, वॉटर, पण हायर वॉटर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन टू द रिजन ऑफ लोअर वॉटर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन. बरेच वेळा इथं कन्फ्युज होतो की हायर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन पासून मुवमेंट नाही होत, मुवमेंट कसून होते लोअर कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड सोल्युशन पासून तर हायर कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड सोल्युशन पर्यंत होते. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज नथिंग बट हायपरटॉनिक, हायपोटॉनिक टू हायपरटॉनिक. द ऑस्मोसिस टेक्स प्लेस फ्रॉम हायपोटॉनिक टू हायपरटॉनिक असं होत असतं. म्हणून आपण म्हणताना इथं म्हणायचं हायर वॉटर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन, वॉटर हा शब्द आला पाहिजे. जर हायर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन म्हटलं तर चुकलं, म्हणून हायर वॉटर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन आलं पाहिजे. सो ऑस्मोसिस इज द मुवमेंट ऑफ वॉटर अक्रॉस अ सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन. आता ऑस्मोसिस मध्ये मेम्ब्रेन आहे, हियर मेम्ब्रेन बॅरियर इज देअर. डिफ्युजन मध्ये मेम्ब्रेनचा रोल नव्हता, इथं मात्र आता रोल कोणाचा आहे, मेम्ब्रेनचा आहे. ऍट फर्स्ट द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ सोल्यूट इज व्हेरी हाय ऑन द लेफ्ट. इथे लेफ्ट जी दाखवलेलं आहे त्याच्यामध्ये बघा हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड सोल्युशन आहे आणि इथे बाजूला वॉटर आहे. तर इथून काय झालं, सोल्यूट मूव्ह झाले, यामध्ये ऍड झाले आणि आता सॉरी सोल्यूट मूव्ह होणार नाही, वॉटर मूव्ह झालं आणि याची वॉटर लेवल वाढली. सो दॅट इज नथिंग बट टेक्स प्लेस बाय द पर्टिक्युलरली ऑस्मोसिस. ऑस्मोसिस मध्ये काय होतं, वॉटर मूव्ह होतं. डिफ्युजन मध्ये कोणी मूव्ह होऊ शकतो, सॉल्ट पण मूव्ह शकतात, वॉटर पण मूव्ह शकतो, पण ऑस्मोसिस